Well, hello, hello, hello. Boy, he big mad, ain't he? I was listening to some clips I had saved, and I'd forgot about the dweebster slayback. He's one that's been way over invested in this, right? He's like the Rich Newbuck Channel 2.0. Okay, has no life. All right. He is so soy that he cuts lunch meat at a deli for a living, a job that like older women typically do. And I ran across a clip of him talking about how if he would have known I was in Burlington, because he lives, right over there in Heath, that he would have came and just put a thumping on me. Well, I'm here to tell you, Slayback, no, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have. Just thought I'd tell you that. You wouldn't have. So there's that. You wouldn't have done anything except hide like a coward and make a bunch of and hate on somebody because they critique some celebrity you like. And it shocks me. What I tell you about Crack Squad repeating the same lies over and over and over and over and over again, until they start believing their own lies. Did you hear that man actually say that he never had my house on his live stream? It's not a matter of if you did. It's a matter of how many times you didn't mention my real name, say something about my house, show pictures of my house. You forget all about the video where you sat there and dissected. I believe this to be his YouTube room, an actual other part of my garage that you people have never seen. And this whole narrative for a year, whether or not I had a basement, like it's any of you people's business what my house is. Why were you interested in whether or not I had a basement? Picture of a rusty truck. What concern of that is yours? What concern is of yours? What took place in a divorce I went through nearly 30 years ago? Well, it's none of your business, as a matter of fact. Why would some 20-something kid in Kentucky have a 64-year-old woman that I was in a brief relationship with before he was born? I want you to wrap your mind around that. I was in a very brief relationship with her before he was born. Why would he have her on his live stream slandering me ad nauseum for 3 hours? So sloppy drunk she could barely form a sentence and had snot coming out her nose. Why would some 20-something kid in Kentucky's dad have a 70-year-old woman's property deeds on his live stream? Well, I think I know why. 2 reasons. Upchurch, and you trying to coerce me into not making YouTube videos telling the truth. Telling the truth. You see, there's no shame in the truth. Picture of a rusty truck. There's no shame in the truth. What's the truth? Well, Ryan Upchurch, your son, Captain Kurt, Father and Son Reacts, viciously doxed and slandered 3 innocent YouTubers, accused a grieving family of faking their child's death, and then even went as far as to say that the child was not even real. And then they sat on a live stream laughing and giggling at her grandfather's tears as her body was being winched up out of the water. And I'm going to say it now, and I'll say it again anytime. That is wrong on every measurable human scale. There's not one word that can be said to defend it. What you guys did to Xana Mae and her family, disgusting. Disgusting. The things your son and Upchurch accused her of, disgusting. The things you picture of a rusty truck, the things you said about that woman, disgusting. And I don't have to go back 30 years into your past. All I got to do is talk about what you did. What you did. And you know, it seems odd to me. Well, if you didn't do nothing wrong, why would you hide a year's worth of videos? Why would you do that? There's nothing wrong. Why would you and your 4 friends, very close friends, one of them your favorite YouTuber, you keep saying, the other one your co-host who was with you on every live stream you ever did, why would you all go set your videos to private at the exact same time, one day before you got charges pressed on me? Why would you do that? Well, I think I know why. I think you do too. Even your audience knows you had my house on your live stream multiple times. How can you, with a straight face, say that out loud? Like, you think we all forgot or something? You think nobody ever watched my channel? This is what happens when you sit in the same circle jerk and slander the same 3 people ad nauseum for going on 2 years. You start forgetting reality. And so what is the truth? The truth is, I made a very respectable video saying, wow, dude, I can't believe you guys are slandering these people like this. You're liable to get sued. And from that day forward, I endured doxing, slander, and tormenting from you and your friends for a solid year before I responded in kind. And I still was respectful enough not to ever dox your address. What did you do to me? Well, property deeds to my house. My bankruptcy. Like, I would be ashamed of having to file bankruptcy after being hospitalized and bedridden for going on 2 years, after being the primary breadwinner. You know, I had short-term disability insurance, but it ran out. And guess what? Picture of a rusty truck. If something happened to you and you were hospitalized for a year and bedridden for another year, you'd lose your house. You'd lose your house. And then we could make videos talking about what a deadbeat you are because you couldn't pay your bills while you were hospitalized and laid up in bed. You know, I had a neck brace on, an actual neck brace for 10 months, and I had pneumatic pumps on my legs that took over an hour and a half to rig up, and I had to have them on 4 hours twice a day for a year. I take no shame in having to file bankruptcy, but you sure tried to shame me over it. You and your co-host as recent as just 3 days ago. Nothing that happened in my life is any of your business. It's not your co-host's business. It's nobody's business. But you made it your business, and your whole intention was to coerce me off of YouTube, to shame me off of YouTube, to slander me off of YouTube. Posting a very tight shot of your son's house where you couldn't even see a neighbor's house that came from Google Street View, an image that was already on the internet, is hardly comparable to you dissecting every room in my house with my address, my birth date, my age in the chat, last four of my social, my brother, my first wife, my second wife, and my adopted child and my grandson's name. All came out of your mouth, by the way, as well as your chat. Oh my, how we forget. So I want to do a reaction video to his video and just dissect the lies because they've gotten so far away from reality. Now, he would like you to believe that it's like, what do you say, threatening and intimidation to say, I'll see you in court and the truth will be told. No, that's a very common thing to say. And I'll say it again right now. I'll see you in court and the truth's going to come out. The one you left out when you went to the police. When you said a year's worth of videos private, and then you went to the police and acted like you guys were just sitting around reading the Bible one day. And I just showed up out of the blue and started saying I was going to sue your son. I never said I was going to sue him till after you guys did all that shit. I said he would likely to be sued many times. And I'll say it again. It's a shame. It is a shame that Ryan Upchurch is the only one that's being sued. I think everybody that sat there on that live stream on a celebrity's channel with 3 million subscribers saying horrendous stuff about innocent people after you fully doxed them, name, address, military records, job history, job address, job location, where she worked, where her mom was, pictures of the house, pictures of the Rodney's house, pictures of all these high school kids' houses, accusing a bunch of high school kids of murder. You left all that out. You left out, oh, well, Mr. Officer, you see, me and my friends thought we'd humiliate him, so we searched the internet, and first we got a hold of his background, and we read all that. Then we got his property deeds, and we shared that. Then we traveled to Muskingum County and got documents from a court hearing from a year and a half prior, or from 20-some years prior, and doctored him up to make it look like something way worse than what it was. Then let's see, what else did you do? Oh, you showed my bankruptcy line by line. You showed my divorce decree line by line. Your co-host. Right now on Uncle Will's channel is my bankruptcy paperwork. Talking about what I did to Uncle Will. No, it's what Uncle Will did to me till I finally got fed up. And who is Uncle Will? Well, Uncle Will's not somebody I know. He came at me because Ryan Upchurch. Let's talk about your favorite YouTuber picture of a rusty truck. Who you keep saying, Isaac is your favorite YouTuber. 30 videos full of physical threats before I ever even knew who he was. Why would he do that? Why would he make 30 videos, maybe a little more than 30, full of physical threats to somebody he's never spoken to? Don't know from Adam. Well, because Ryan Upchurch. That's the truth. Why do every single one of the people that subscribe to your members only group come to my channel and hurl insults every single time I post a video? And you want to talk about, oh, you're into all these people and you're after all these people. No, I'm responding to people. And who would that be? Well, Wade Deaver, 48 videos confirmed before I ever responded to that simpleton. Didn't know him from Adam. Why would he do that, Rusty? Picture of a rusty truck? Why would he do that? Faceless, anonymous picture of a rusty truck. Why would he do that? Well, you know why, and I know why. Same reason you did it. Because Ryan Upchurch and people think I'm cool. We're a troll community. That's exactly what you guys do. You guys have tormented, trolled, doxed, slandered, and just been assholes to the same 3 YouTubers for 2 years, nonstop, in a circle jerk. And it's a pattern of your behavior. That's who you are. You're bullies. Your friends are bullies. And I reserve the right to respond to Isaac any way I want. It's none of your business. I reserve the right to respond to Uncle Will any way I want to. None of your damn business. And if I want to say I might sue you, I'll say it right now. I might sue your ass. You're damn right I might. I certainly got grounds to. You've certainly slandered me. I just listened to a video clip of you today saying that my colon surgery was because I was taking it up the ass. Is that slander? Well, I think it is. Why would you talk about somebody like that you don't even know? Picture of a rusty truck. Yeah, you can repaint the narrative to your low IQ fan base. And I mean, they are the lowest IQ simpletons on YouTube. They're the most filthy, dirty, marmy, slimy human beings on YouTube. Everybody knows that. They have no filter and no line. You guys humiliated beachside redneck to hell and back. Because Ryan Upchurch. Not because he did anything to you. Because Ryan Upchurch. Why do I have over 30 nasty fucking messages on my phone from calls that come in all hours of the night? Well, because Ryan Upchurch. Right? And the problem that you have, picture of a rusty truck, anonymous account, picture of a rusty truck, you encouraged people to do things. And you rewarded them when they did. It's just the truth. So you don't get to tell fibs and then start believing them. It was almost a full year before I finally responded in kind. Countless videos of me saying, leave me alone. You want to make a YouTube video? Fine, make one. The off YouTube stuff needs to stop. If you don't stop doing it, I'm going to respond in kind. You're not going to like it. Bet you I got 20 videos like that. You think all these people forgot? You think none of these people will give me a character witness? It's just the truth. The truth. Just like the truth is, I'll see you in court. Just like the truth is, the truth's going to be told in court. The part you didn't tell the police. The part you left out. Oh, Mr. Officer, we were just reading our Bible one day and this guy showed up out of the blue. Your son and his friends and you started the pedo stuff. Your son had a 9-hour-long live stream where 6 people talked about me being a pedophile the entire time. You can skip along the video at any moment throughout the entire thing, up all night long, and no matter where you stop it, they're talking about me being a pedophile. Started a petition saying I should be kicked off of YouTube because children aren't safe around me. The video with your son's face on it, still there. A full year before I made that video. There are countless video clips of me simply taking a ride on my motorcycle and acknowledging some neighbor kids. You called me a pedophile. Your son called me a pedophile. Isaac made videos calling me a pedophile. Wade Deaver made videos calling me a pedophile. Triple T called me a pedophile. Uncle Will called me a pedophile. And you talk about all the stuff you did to Uncle Will. First video Uncle Will ever made to me was him saying I was a pedophile. Over me talking about meeting my wife at a swimming pool, whose name is Candy. That was none of your business that you guys went and got outside of YouTube and brought here to try to build that narrative. Because that's what you do to everyone you disagree with. Every YouTuber you people have went after, you've called a pedophile. Every single one. Carl Martin, you called him a pedophile. Johnny Goble, you called him a pedophile. Right now, you're trying to say he did something to a baby. And your little YouTuber, the little comment you highlighted, oh, I guess you left out all the shit he said to me before I said that to him, huh? On my channel. And see, that's the difference between me and the scum you encourage. You won't find comments from me on someone else's channel. I don't go to someone else's channel and bother them and hurl insults. They come to my channel and hurl insults at me for two reasons. One, to get an attaboy from you, and one, to get an attaboy from Ryan Upchurch. That's the truth. That's just the truth. You can call it what you want. I don't care. It's the truth that I'm not the slightest bit concerned with. The truth absolutely will prevail. Me saying I'm going to do something to an anonymous photograph is miles away from you holding up court documents with my wife and I's name on it. With people in your chat sharing every personal shred of information they could find on me, up to and including physical threats, sending stuff to my house and laughing about it. And I don't even use my YouTube channel for 3 months, and you guys are sharing documents around in your private group saying that they're my official medical records and that I have AIDS and that I'm on methadone. And I have absolute irrefutable proof that it originated right in your private group with your co-host. Proof. So there's the truth. There's the truth. So I'll say it again. I'll see you in court. No, that's not threatening you. No, that's not anything. That's making a true statement. I'll see you in court, where the truth will be told, the part you left out. You know, you don't get to whack someone in the face 20 times, and then they finally get mad and stand up and push you, and then you run to the police and say, this guy pushed me. And never mention, well, I smacked the dude in the face like 20 times, and then he pushed me. Because then it's a whole different story. Nowhere in that report did you guys mention that you had an ongoing thing for a year before that. Did you? Didn't mention it. Should I go get it and read it right now? What you put in that report, the lies you put in that report. I never even knew your name. Here's the truth. I didn't even know what your goddamn name was for the first 8 months. To dox you or do anything. You sure had my fucking name. Sure had my name. So why would you be so interested in sharing every damn document you could find with my name on it? What was your point in doing that? Why did you do that? To somebody you've never even spoken to ever. And then I'll remind you, your son's a goddamn adult. Not a baby. I can't believe even your audience knows you showed my house multiple times. Multiple times. Went all around my garage, looking at shit on the walls, doing all this shit, hovering over my house, dissecting every place, trying to say you knew what room it was, trying to figure out if I had a basement or not. The most childish fucking thing I'd ever seen. For months. For months. When reality is, ain't none of your goddamn business. None of your business. I don't have to, talking about, oh, you're lying, you're not telling. I can say whatever I want on my YouTube channel. It's none of your goddamn business. Psychobabble Rap is a character. And for entertainment. Videos are harmless. You don't have to watch my videos. None of you do. None of you have to watch Johnny Goble's videos. None of you have to do any of that. It's a choice you make. And I was way more respectful to your personal space than you were mine, buddy, for a long time, because I'm not that mean-spirited. I wouldn't want to see somebody get hurt. I could say I was going to do anything in character to a YouTube screen name. There's no person named Rusty Truck. There's no person named Uncle Will. There's no person named Eismick. But by God, there's somebody named Jim Shonk. Big difference. You doxed me within 3 days. 3 days, I made a video saying, wow, dude, you know, I see you're into power strokes. We got a lot in common. Man, I hate to see you get in trouble, man. I wouldn't want to see you get sued. You guys are slandering these really real people, man. This ain't going to go over too good. You doxed me 3 days after that. Exactly 3 days. And within 5 days, my drunk ex-wife was on your podcast. Slandering me. Sharing all kind of personal information that I wouldn't have chose to put on YouTube. And that is what you guys do. That is your pattern. That is exactly your entire channel was built on me. From the very first day you started it, you didn't have a YouTube at all. And you started one, and from the very first live you did till you set it to private, I was the subject. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever seen Rusty Truck show my house. I just watched a video where you were patting Eismick on the back for finding a loophole in Bing Maps that showed my house. You called him a rock star for it. Why was he a rock star for finding a loophole to get around the blurring of my house? Put a 1 in the chat if you ever saw my address on Rusty Truck's channel. You lying piece of shit. And you're mad. The only reason you're mad is because now you're going to have to put a face on everything you have done. Everything you've done to Patty. Everything you've done to me. Everything you've done to Johnny Goble. Everything you've done to Carl Martin. Every single goddamn thing you've done, you're going to have a face attached to it now because your buddies are going to want to play the court hearing just like they did the last time, editing it and mess around, act like I got yelled at by the judge when it was your mouthy kid that got yelled at by the judge, interrupting me, interrupting her multiple times when I didn't interrupt him even once. Well, he sat there and lied just like you do. Talking about, you know, there was a context to the, I'm going to attack your kid now. That meant verbally in a video. And everybody knows it because the whole narrative was, because I made that video saying your son might get sued, you said that was an attack on him. You said I attacked your son, and that's why how you justified everything you did to me. Because I said your son's liable to get sued. Oh, using his screen name, not his real name. And the truth is, I still don't know what your first name is. Don't know. So you can't even try to claim I've done to you what you've done to me. I have no desire to look you people up and get your records and I'm not that kind of person. One, I don't have the time for it, nor do I have the desire to be just that mean to people. The only thing I have ever done is respond to relentless. I don't respond when someone does something to me once, twice, 3 times. But when it gets to be a pattern, when it's 40 videos, now it's time to respond. That's the truth. That's the truth. Period. And the funny thing is, I never had the time to listen to all your live streams that just ran on for hours on end as you got drunker and drunker and drunker and drunker. And every time I pull them up to make a new clip, because all I got to do, any one of them that I have, all I got to do is just let it play and just reach over and randomly pop it, and you're talking about me. Doesn't matter where on the timeline. And every time I do it, I hear something else that's just out of control coming out of your mouth. You have done nothing but talk about me, taking dick in the ass and all kind of shit ever since you guys went and got that paperwork and doctored it the way you did. Ever since. And you're not going to be able to mention that in court. It's irrelevant. It doesn't apply. Has nothing to do with this. What you're going to do is testify under oath to what you did to me for no reason other than Ryan Upchurch. You're trying to conflate what I did finally to justify everything you did prior. And that's not going to fly. I did what I did because of the over a year of relentless bullshit. And you guys went way to hell beyond anything I even came close to doing. Way beyond. Way outside of what's acceptable. I've never had a YouTube video taken down. Never had a YouTube video stricken. Can't say that for you, buddy. And you didn't have to waste your time saving my videos because I didn't hide them. Because I'm not ashamed of them. Not ashamed of them at all. I'm going to say it again. What your son did, along with Ryan Upchurch and 2 other guys, was wrong on every human measurable scale. And I personally think he ought to be sued right along with Upchurch. Yes. Yes, I do. You call that whatever the hell you want. The fact that you guys have never walked any of that back, never even attempted to apologize to any of those people, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting, and it shows that you have this blind loyalty to some rapper dude. Because you know the minute, if any of you ever apologized, hey, Zanime, I'm really sorry. I told 3 million people you were a child sex trafficker and that you were a spy and that your mother was in on some kind of a trafficking ring after I doxed you. I am really sorry that I did that. You can't do that, because if you do that, then Ryan Upchurch won't like you no more. That's how sad it is. That's how pathetic it is. That's how pathetic it is. And you talk about people coming to my channel and I'm having it out with people. Why do people come to my channel and hurl insults at me that I don't know and I've never spoken to? And that I'm not saying anything about them in a video. Well, why do they do? Well, I know why. They come straight from your private group, and they do it because of Upchurch and because you. And if you want to talk about some comments I made, wait till you see the screen grabs I've got. They're pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. In fact, you know what? I was going to play his video and react to it, but you know what? I'm not even going to bother with that. You guys heard it. You guys know what's lies. Rusty truck photograph, it is a lie that you never had my house on your live stream. It is a lie that you never called me a pedophile. It is a lie that you never said anything vulgar and disgusting about me using my real name. It is a lie that you never showed all kinds of documents with my name and address and shit all over, my wife's name. It is a lie that you never said anything about my gracious 70-year-old wife that doesn't even have a YouTube channel. It's a lie. And your lie will be exposed. Big time. Your son, sock account. See, just because he stopped using the Power Stroke account doesn't make him innocent. When he switched to a sock account and he's right there on your live stream doing the nasty shit he's doing. I literally didn't use my channel for 6 months. And for that 6 months that I didn't use my channel, what did you guys do? What'd you do? Oh, whipped up some bullshit medical documents saying I had AIDS. That's what you did. And if you think no clips have leaked out of your little members only group, you're a fool. If you think everybody in that group's your friend, you're a fool. A big one. I mean, what do you guys, you guys want me to react to his video or just not? Let me know. I mean, it just blows my mind. You think just because your low IQ fan base photo of a rusty truck buy your bullshit and like agree with you even when they know you're lying. I mean, that is a pathetic existence. When you sit around with people you call your friends and you lie to them and they know that you're lying to them, but yet you all agree like it's not a lie. It's just the most immature, pathetic thing I've ever witnessed. Because everyone in your chat right there knew you showed my house multiple times. Not just once, but multiple times. You dissected everything I owned. Every time I posted a video for a year, your entire channel was nothing but my content and you slandering it. That's the truth. And don't you even talk to me. Oh, what'd you do to Uncle Will? I got every right to press charges on somebody. It's none of your damn business. Calling a law enforcement agency, saying that he was me, and then saying a bunch of derogatory stuff to try to get charges put on me. Yeah, I can't let that go. I have to take action on that. And it's none of your goddamn business. You understand? None of your fucking business, buddy. Mind your own fucking business. If I want to critique Ryan Upchurch, mind your own fucking business. I mean, you got a big case of the big head thinking you're entitled to decide what I can or can't do and what I can or can't say. Yeah. Your sock account exposed. Your son's sock account exposed. Stop it. I was getting comments about court all 3 times, and I never mentioned court to anyone. This shit that I called Johnny or something. No, Johnny, someone on that video, that very video, was making comments about court in the chat. That's where it come from. Idiot. And the point that you mention it is the point that that's the entire topic in your chat. You think it's funny that you got charges pressed on me by absolutely misleading the police. And you want to use the video for entertainment. Talking about, oh, it's a serious thing. Well, it was so serious, then why didn't I even make it home from Burlington and the court videos being posted? If it's so serious business, I didn't post it. Did I? I told you to leave me alone. I tried completely ignoring you people. My listeners know I completely ignored you. Like you didn't exist. Didn't work. You just got worse. I would take a break from YouTube, not use my channel at all, and it would just get worse. With the real life shit, stuff being sent to my house, calls being made to my fucking phone, local businesses being called. Like you guys don't have a pattern of doing that to people. You guys are the biggest trolls on YouTube. And you don't know where the line is. You try to actually affect people's lives. You guys have tormented Johnny Goble. And I can tell you right now, picture of a rusty truck. Johnny Goble's never done a damn thing to you. Little whiny boy, gotcha man, victim boy. I never did a damn thing to him. Johnny Goble never did a damn thing to him. I've sure as hell never done a goddamn thing to the Rich Newbuck channel. He just gets off on trolling people and trying to affect their lives negatively. It's just something he does. That's who he is. And if it can be done, he's going to be subpoenaed. Because he's a big player in this, a massive one. Your co-host, your favorite YouTuber, Eismick, is that the guy that made multiple threats, going to come and beat me up, going to do stuff to my wife, and then posted videos where the thumbnail was a crosshair with a gun pointed at my head saying, kill your local pedophile. Oh, I never called you a pedophile. My favorite YouTuber did that. Attaboy, Eismick. Hey, we got a 220 spot there from Eismick. Man, he's a rock star. That's my favorite YouTuber. Pass me another beer. Right? Yeah, isn't that the truth? That's why you're so mad. You're finally going to be held to account. That's not a threat. It's just a true statement. See you in court. You're going to be held to account for misleading the police. I could have told you those guys wouldn't be around long. I knew them two dudes was on dope the minute I laid eyes on them. I'm not surprised. I mean, I got to tell you, Upchurch sucks at picking friends and picking people to help. He helps people that don't deserve help. And those two didn't deserve help. They were mooches, dopers and moochers. I saw that from day one. Yeah. Yeah. How about you guys changing your profile pictures to Johnny Goble's mother when she passed away? I'd say that's some pretty mean-spirited stuff. How about Gotcha Man? Tormenting Johnny Goble over abuse that he suffered from an alcoholic father that was severe enough to put him in foster care. And Gotcha Man just making a mockery of it relentlessly. I don't know how a little twerp like that sleeps at night. Especially with that fat sow laying next to him. God damn, that witch is ugly. My wife at 70 years old is twice as good looking as she is and has a figure that would. How do you guys lay with them pigs? And see, this is what I know for certain. Gotcha Man, a fiction screen name, is not a 1%er. Right? He's an ex-drug addict prone to relapse, and he's a bully. He has no integrity. He's known to stab people in the back, do vicious stuff to people for just for attention. So you can imagine what those two arguments are like. It's probably off the chain when they argue. So they'll be divorced. He'll be divorced from her in under 10 years. Just like every other marriage, his marriage will fall apart. And he'll have a child support obligation, and he'll have a spiteful ex-wife running around trash mouthing him. Just like everyone else. See, you're not an exception, little man. You're no exception. That's going to happen to you. The same way it happened to me, same way it's happened to Dagburn, same way it's happened to Martin, same way it's happened to everybody. You will be divorced in less than 10 years. And you will owe child support. Your wife will get to keep everything. And she'll run around bad-mouthing you to everybody that'll listen. And let's hope she don't stoop as low as some other exes we know. You, anonymous account called Gotcha Man, accusing Johnny Goble while using his real name of doing something to a baby. I'm not too worried about you because I know karma is going to slap you right upside your head. The same as it's going to do the Rusty Truck picture. Karma's going to take you down, buddy. You can't be that mean and vindictive to people that have done nothing to you. To show off to your friends and life not hand you some consequences for that. I already know. I'm not sure who that Tyrone is. Yeah, that's a sad situation all the way around because of the drugs. Yeah. I mean, a national news story where everybody's watching and everybody's focused, and you say the crazy stuff they said about those people. And then not a single one of them ever even attempted to even, in a microspec way, walk it back. I heard Karma already took care of the free truck. Is that true? The reward truck. Hey, didn't see you there, Patty. Nevada pal. Beachside, what's happening? Look there. See now, this guy right here, this Patrick Patterson, it's 1,000% plus 1%. Crack Squad's fault that he stalked and threatened Xana May and her family for 8 months. They caused it. Because that's where he got her real name from. That's where he got her address from. That's where he got her mom's real name from. That's where he got her niece's real name from. And he tormented her. I want you to listen, Rusty Truck Picture. Because of the things that came from your camp, this son of a bitch right here stalked 3 women relentlessly to the point where she was afraid to leave her house. No woman should have to be in fear like that. And it's 1,000% your fault. He wouldn't have known anything other than an anonymous person with a screen name Xana May, but for you. But for you guys, this piece of shit would have never been able to stalk those women relentlessly to the point where they were afraid to leave their house, because he lived right there where they're at. And he kept threatening them. Big man right here. This guy's a big man threatening women over a rapper that he likes. That's the sick part. Why did Eyes McSheffet make 30 videos plus threatening me physically and then post videos with a thumbnail with my photo on it, crosshair saying kill your local pedophile, with my real name in the description? Why did he do that? Anybody know why? Because I know why. Ryan Upchurch, who encourages his fans to go mob people. I mean, I wanted to show you guys something. So my neighbor, this dude, there's an auto auction right down the road here from my house. And that's where I get a lot of my work from. And this guy lives right around the corner here. He buys like cars down there that maybe been in a wreck or need an engine or a tranny. I mean, I buy a couple a year that need like a motor or a tranny down there and fix them and sell them. And he does a lot of wrecked ones. And he bought a Suzuki Samurai that was rolled over. The body was destroyed on it, but it had a bunch of really nice work done to the engine and the suspension and stuff. It had real nice wheels and tires on it, real nice bunch of, like, it had 4 9-inch axles that had been narrowed and to fit it. And it had a bunch of like a camshaft and like bigger fuel injectors and stuff put in the engine. And he bought it down there, and wait till you see the body he put on this thing. You guys, you got to see it, man. It's so cool. Let me see it. Let me pull it up here. Oh shit. Wait, wrong one. Hold on. Wrong one. Goddamn, AD's going to go nuts. I didn't mean to show that. Okay, let's see. Wrong one. Hold on. Sitting here, send this. Dang on. Give me 1 sec. I know it's here. There it is. There it is. Okay. There it is. That's the one. There it is. Check that out. Is that not cool? I think that's about the trickiest looking Suzuki Samurai I've ever seen. See, look at the lug nut. I mean, it's got big Dana axles under it that have been narrowed and stuff. I mean, that thing is cool. And I mean, I think they did a good job on that body. That thing is trick looking. And man, it's cool to drive. It's really neat. Yeah, I thought I'd share that with you guys. So, yeah, I was going to just do a reaction to his video, but you know what? Yeah, I covered it. It's just all lies, man. Well, I never showed your house. Let me see. What else? Uncle Will. Okay, talking about you said you were going to go to Uncle Will's house and put flyers around saying he was pedo. Well, Rusty truck picture. None of your business, by the way. But that was in response to him making a video calling me a pedophile. Twice. You see how that works? I respond. If I made a video saying you were pedo, would you respond to it? Well, of course you would. Of course you would. Okay, what else? You forgot about your son doing a 9-hour live stream, calling me pedo. You forgot about your son, his buddies passing a petition around saying I was pedo. You forgot about them all calling me pedo for acknowledging my neighbor kids that were waving at me. Forgot all about that, didn't you? Sure you did, because, you're the saint. You guys were just reading the Bible, and I just showed up out of the blue one day. You had this YouTube channel that was just all about what? Well, what was your YouTube channel about before I came along and slandered your kid? Oh, that's right. Your YouTube channel was about me. You built your whole goddamn channel off of my content, slandering me. I asked you people to leave me alone. I know at least 15 times in video. Leave me alone. My patience is running out. I'm going to respond in kind. You're not going to like it. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard me say that. I love his avatar. Woodburger. Yep, there you go. Yeah, Marie says, Rusty, we all know the truth. We do. Now you're going to make a video screaming at her now. Watch out. Rusty might make a video screaming at you. He's a tough guy. That's why he puts his face on everything he says. Because he's so tough. That, and he's entitled, right? It's his business what went on in my life before his son was even born. It's his business what went on in my marriage when he was a teenager. He was a teenager. Talking about my marriage when he was a teenager. Like it's his, like he's just entitled. It's his business. Talking about how I respond to hateful, filthy, vulgar comments. Like it's his business. Nobody at court's going to care what went on in my life before your kid was born and you were a teenager. You won't even be allowed to mention it. There you go. Another one. We all know what Rusty's truly hiding. Yep. Social Blade shows all that. Rusty truck picture. It literally, the whole coordinated thing, all of you setting your videos to private. The 2 days, exactly 2 days before I got served. And your little story about me hiding from the police. I live, this is how pathetic he is. I live straight across the street. Literally. And I'm home every day, in my shop every day. So where was I hiding at? That's just so absurd. Absolutely absurd. Hiding from the police. And what he's telling you there is he called every day. Do it, 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 do it. I was just reading my Bible. Do it, do it, do it, do it. I was just reading calling on behalf of another adult. How do you get someone charges pressed on someone for something they did to someone else? That's an adult. Well, you do it by lying. That's how. I should go get it and read it. I'll ask my attorney if it's okay if I read it. And if he says it's okay, I'm going to read it. So you guys can see it. I'll put it on the screen. You know, they put all my shit on the screen and show you guys the lies he put in that report. It's pretty much what he said in that report was what they did to me. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think it would accomplish anything. You know, I mean, everybody knows the truth. I just, the thing, you know, like you know, that video I showed, you know, where they were like all talking about, it's just terrible, you know, you troll somebody, then you run and get charges pressed on the first time they do it. But how terrible. And Rusty's in the chat going, yeah, man, you know, that's just terrible. It's like, how do you guys like pretend like that and like be serious and take each other serious? I mean, it's the most shallow thing I've ever seen. It'd be like me sitting here saying, well, I've never mentioned Rusty Truck on my channel. What are you talking about? And you guys all going, yeah, that's right. You never mentioned it. I mean, that's how pathetic. And guess what? Picture of a rusty truck. There's no person. There's no person, no face, no likeness attached to a rusty truck photo. So good luck making it about something. There's a face and a likeness attached to my name and my wife's name. As sure as hell is. So it just blows my mind. You think, is it a fake account? Probably trying to cause trouble between her and Ryan or something. It'll eat them alive if Ryan and Patty patch things up. I think they should with the grandchild coming. God knows somebody responsible is going to want to take care of that kid. But so I appreciate that, Harlow Blonde. I know you guys do. And I may ask a few of you. There's already several people that have volunteered. I mean, even the Rodney family wants to. Because they were sickened by what these bastards did. But I may ask a few of you. You know, it's like every time the thing that, you know, just like that police report from Dylan, you know, they've grossly exaggerated that and grossly to the point where they got people acting like I did something in front of children or something. That place, if you look at it on a map, is miles and miles of dirt roads for hunting and fishing. It's not a park where kids go to play. You fucking simpletons. And no, Uncle Will, I'm not admitting to doing anything with a man. I'm admitting to getting arrested there. And nothing more. And then, you know, his carrying on about the state of Ohio brought charge. When you get a traffic ticket, picture of a Rusty photo. If you get a traffic ticket, it's the state of Ohio versus picture of a Rusty truck. What was your point with all that? But you see, if an officer gives you a speeding ticket and he leaves out the part where he was pushing you down the road with his car till you went over the speed limit, kind of get the ticket thrown out. Right? I mean, since you got all these great scenarios. I think your pompous voice thanking people for their slanderous insults of me and my wife when they donated you a super chat that you guys were threatening to buy a billboard with to put slanderous stuff on it in my name. I think that'll be the first one we play. Then we'll play the one. Well, there's so many, and they're all bad. You guys will all find out soon enough. I mean, you're not dumb enough to think that they won't have any witnesses, are you? Are you dumb enough to think that they won't have any witnesses? I hope not, because that'd be really dumb to think that they wouldn't have any witnesses, because they have a lot of witnesses. Whole lot. You guys lied. You guys lied about Zanime so effectively that Popcorn Planet had her on and was interrogating her like she was guilty. And you guys did that to her. You still do it. You still badmouth her. As recent as just a couple weeks ago, our innocent people, our innocent guy here that was just reading his Bible one day and just stuff just came out of the blue at him. He was bad-mouthing her just a short while ago. Still. Well, Uncle Will just did another live stream repeating Ryan's made-up Scooby-Doo slander, his Scooby-Doo episode. You guys remember how pathetic that thing was? Their conspiracy theory was that his first conspiracy theory is that a bunch of high school kids hid her body because she overdosed, rather than just call the police, say someone overdosed, because that happens all the time, right? It's not unusual, especially in California. Kids are overdosing all over the place. That was his first one. then it just kept dissolving. The higher he got, the more days he stayed awake, digging the internet. It got worse and worse and worse and worse. So then it got to where Ikadmil and Zanime, because they both had LED lights that were purple, as if no LED light is sold purple. Because they both had a purple LED light, they were in cahoots with each other, and they were trafficking little people. And let's see, what did he say? They say, because all three of them were saying it. Then it was they took the car and the body and hid it. And then after the police searched the water, they put the car back. And the fire tower video that was found by accident by one of the forestry workers was the high school kids actually had a crystal ball. And with their crystal ball, they rubbed it, and it said, 3 weeks from now, a forestry service worker will realize that a rotating camera setting on a fire tower 5 miles away may have been pointed this direction. You must climb the fire tower, take the SD card out of the camera, delete the original video from the DVR's hard drive, and then you must hack into the cloud where it is mirrored. You must edit the video, and then you must climb the fire tower, put the SD card back, upload the edited video to the cloud, and copy the edited video onto the DVR. That way, the video of you putting her back in the water will just look like she drove into the water. Then their conspiracy theory melted down into she really wasn't real. The family faked it. And it would be one thing if they were just like kidding. No, they weren't. They were being serious, and they had people believing them. And they were believing themselves to the point where they literally thought that Zanime was a suspect that the police should talk to. A woman that simply went to a public park that was open to the public, like hundreds of other people were doing, to just maybe make a video showing everybody what the place looked like. And because she dared say to Ryan Upchurch, I don't know who you are, all hell was unleashed on her. And when he started saying the family was faking the child's death, I'm sorry, I felt compelled to speak up. And for that, a person with a YouTube channel by the name of Rusty Truck created a channel for the sole intended purpose to shame me off of YouTube. Then his conspiracy got even worse. You'd think that'd be the end of it, right? Because they found her. Like, okay, so here's a video showing exactly what happened. Her phone quits pinging the instant the car goes in the water. The police can see that it was an accident just by the way things are arranged in the car and the way the car, they can clearly see it was just an accident. She drove into the water. You had 3 independent and a private investigator there investigating. But these plebs from Tennessee thought they were actually smarter than 3 police departments that were on the ground at the scene. That's how pathetic. See, that's who he is. You remember, he's a 2-time world champion. for making the most distorted bass that's unlistenable and useless. World champion. Not local champion of a abandoned strip mall, but world champion, like in the whole world. Like everybody in Japan, everybody in Germany, everybody in Turkey, everybody in Sweden, everybody in the UK, everybody in Ireland, everybody in Australia, everybody in Guatemala, Panama. He was better than all of them. This dude with a rusty truck picture. Amazing guy, man. 2 times better than the whole world. Isn't that so? Everything he owns is better than mine because I critiqued Ryan Upchurch. Sad, but it is what it is. I couldn't imagine being that immature. Yeah, I know. Dude, the funny thing is, here's the thing that gets me about those dummies, okay? They know that these people are known to backstab. I mean, they know Gotcha Man. He can backstab a friend and not blink. Not even fucking blink. A friend that was really gracious to him. He can just stab him right in the fucking back and not even flinch. I mean, he could literally stab him in the back and sit down and eat a steak, not even burp. No fucking integrity, no conscience at all. And they think that everybody that hangs with them is their fucking soulmate friend that would never, ever, ever repeat a word. And it's just plain ignorant because there's been so many leaks come out of there. It ain't funny. With some pretty horrendous shit. Yeah. They ain't Christians either. You know, the bullying. I just can't imagine. I could never bully someone. Ever. I could never pick on someone weaker and just be mean and vicious and just try to hurt them as much as I could possibly hurt them. It's just, I'm just not cut out to do that. Same way I was talking, just like I was talking the other day about these people that can, rip someone off, charge them twice for the same repair. I could never do that to someone. That kind of stuff would eat me alive at night. I can go to my grave saying I never, ever intentionally cheated anyone. Ever. Never set out to cheat somebody. Never intended to cheat somebody. I've never stabbed a friend in the back. I've never tried to screw a friend's woman. Just not cut out for that. These people, doesn't bother them a bit. Doesn't bother the Gotcha Man one bit to torment the shit out of Johnny over his child abuse. Knowing full well how shitty it is to be in foster care as a child. I mean, he knows himself how shitty it is. Yeah, you sit there and torment Johnny over it. And then act like a victim because Johnny drove down a street and didn't even stop. I wouldn't have blamed him if he stopped. You had it coming. Big whiny baby. When the guy drives down a street after everything Gotcha Man's done to him, and Gotcha Man thinks that's an equalizer, that Johnny drove down a public street. God. Then the narrative that he went to Dairy Queen for lunch, when we all know that ain't true. Everyone knows that ain't true. And I guarantee if the police go down to Dairy Queen and talk to the people that work there, they'll find out he didn't come there for lunch. He came there to pull the same troll ass bullshit they've been doing. You got Isaac Wade Deaver built his channel off of my back and then switched to Johnny Goble. Eismick built his channel off of my back, then switched to Johnny Goble. Rusty Truck built his channel off my back, and if I stopped using YouTube for a minute, then he would torment Johnny Goble. Then they'd switch back to me. That's the truth. They have accused him of all kind of heinous stuff against children, just like they did me. All because he's made videos not sucking Upchurch balls. So, I see I'm caught up on these. I'll get down here to the bottom. And but yeah, hey, let me know, Dagburn, if you need sworn statements filled out too. My wife's going to fill one out too for you. She saw what that bastard was doing to you. Appreciate that. Wow, really? Yours broke? Nola says her light up sign broke. I thought that was so cool because the kids got that for me. And I thought it was pretty cool, And I've just left it set there. I haven't really moved it unless left it on. Well, seems like it's okay. I mean, it's like LED. It don't burn the electric at all. It don't get warm or nothing. But wow, that sucks. I don't know how much they paid for. How much was that damn thing? It couldn't have been much because the kids didn't. I think my wife gave them like $40 for them all to get me something for my birthday, and that's what they got. I think she only gave them like $40, so it couldn't have been too much. Yeah. If Johnny and I quit making YouTube videos at the same time, they'd start eating each other because they're just hateful individuals. That's their whole life. They're miserable. Slayback, miserable individual. Hates what he sees in the mirror, hates himself, hates his job, hates his life. So he's got to like single out YouTubers and just like flip out, going way overboard, hating on them. The Rich New Buck channel, he literally needs a psychiatrist. He is really way over invested in trolling people to make himself feel better because he's just so miserable. He's so fat. He's so disgusting. He's so miserable. He can't get a woman. He's just such a monumental loser at life. That's all he has, and it's pathetic. So when you got people like that, like I've said millions of times, if they'll do it with you, they'll do it to you. And what I mean by that is, okay, Gotcha Man's a perfect example. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, there was never a fake pedo website. In the name fake. In the name fake. In the name fake. So, what about a petition that says I'm a pedo? Everybody on there's calling me a pedophile with my real name multiple times. What about that? What about videos saying I was a pedophile because I waved at my neighbor kids? Okay. So, where was I? Shit, you break my train of thought. I was talking about them guys being unloyal to each other. So you got a bunch of people, right, that will absolutely lie, right? And it's this blind loyalty to Upchurch cult thing that is what they have in common that brings them together as a group. And it is as thin as the notion it's built on, right? Oh, we're Creek Squad. We're good people that'll give you the shirt off our back. Unless you do something we don't like, then we'll be vicious pigs to you relentlessly. Then we'll torment women and bring them to tears. Then we'll torment grieving families that lost a child in an auto accident. Then we'll slander people. But we're Creek Squad. We're cool. So the whole thing's built on a false foundation. Everything they do together, false foundation. I mean, when you watch Ryan Upchurch just shit on a friendship like Adam Calhoun, because there's no diss tracks. If you record, even let's say, even if you recorded a diss track that no one ever heard, is it a diss track? That's like not hearing a tree that fell. Did it make a sound? Well, fuck, you don't know, right? But I knew there was never going to be any diss tracks because the whole thing was made up. That's Captain Kurt wanting to drive a wedge between every Ryan and every friend he's got. Captain Kurt made that whole thing up out of thin air. And so now Ryan lost somebody that was extremely loyal, that would have had his back no matter what, for real. And it's sad. It's sad that he's being manipulated that way. But their entire relationship is built on a thin foundation. So, yeah, they would stab each other in the back in a heartbeat. And it shocks me that they think everyone there wouldn't leak nothing. There's people that play both sides, man. There are people that are worse than Rich Newbuck, Rusty Truck Photo. In your group, there are people in there that are actually worse human beings than the Rich Newbuck channel. And you think they're loyal to you? They aren't loyal to no fucking body. They're in it for themselves. And if they'll do it with you, they will do it to you. I can guarantee you that. That is a very known fact of life. If none of you guys take that advice from me and don't use it, you're a fool. But if you got 3 friends that sit around doing shitty stuff to another person, you better bet your ass they'll do it to you too. If you got a friend that banged your other friend's woman, he'd bang your woman too. If you got a friend that'll sit around and make prank phone calls that would actually cause another person like real problems, don't think for a minute they wouldn't do it to you. I wouldn't trust Gotcha Man far as I could throw that son of a bitch. He is not a trustworthy person. When you can just blatantly stab a friend in the back that was nothing but gracious to you, and then look at, the one that really gets me, Johnny Cashville, the worst two-faced piece of shit I've ever come to know. If you guys saw and heard the shit he said to me about Upchurch, about everybody associated with Upchurch, about everyone, you'd be shocked. It's like, I could see him and Ryan making up if Ryan said, hey man, all that stuff I said about Cashville, that wasn't true. He didn't steal my sound equipment. He wasn't running with drugs. He did help me out in the beginning. He did help me out with them first few songs. I did owe him them royalties. All that stuff I said was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. I could see maybe a makeup taking place there, but that never happened. Cashville just started kissing his ass again. Which tells me that all the shit he said was just bullshit. He didn't really feel that way. I mean, I'll bet you, I'll tell you what, I'll make you guys a bet that I could scroll back to last year, even a little before that, on my incoming call list, okay? And you know how you can take your hand and like hit it and a whole bunch of numbers will go ripping by, like spin it, like, a Jeopardy wheel or a Price is Right wheel. I'll bet you I could go to my call log and do that and let one of you guys yell out when to stop. And I would stop it and there'd be a call there from Cashville. I mean, there were sometimes he called me 4 times a day. And and the text messages. There's just unbelievable amounts of text messages. And I could if I wanted to be really hateful and like vindictive, because they would do this to me. They would do it to me for sure. I could share that and it would be a breach of his NDA. He would lose the royalties again for breaking the NDA that he had to sign. I just have no desire to be that vindictive. I just know that he cannot be trusted, and you would be an absolute motherfucking fool to ever trust him. Anybody that trusts Gotcha Man, you're an idiot. Because the truth is, he was on the side of what's right. Because it is wrong for a celebrity to use their influence to hurt people. It's wrong. So it's wrong on every human measurable scale. It's wrong to use your social media influence as a weapon. It's wrong to just make up some wild conspiracy and then start attaching real people to it. In a national news story that had everyone's attention. It's wrong on every measurable scale to do that. And so there was Gotcha Man. Yep, you're right. It's wrong. Well, hey, you guys. Hey, this is Gotcha Man. He's pretty funny. Check out his videos, man. Pretty cool dude. He's on the side of what's right. Next thing you know, he's not on the side of what's right anymore. And he's making videos saying, well, I'm some kind of piece of shit. He wants to lie and say it's because he just decided to forgive Upchurch. Nonsense. He didn't make videos saying I forgive Upchurch. He made videos saying PBR is a piece of shit. I mean, so if he would do that to me, what makes you think he wouldn't do that to you? Because I was nothing but gracious to the guy and I was on the side of right. So if you think nobody's leaking that stuff, guys are idiots. That's all I'm going to tell you. Absolutely have people in your inner circle that play both sides. The person that lost their job, Gotcha Man's fault. He caused that. And I got the proof to prove it. So there's one thing he leaked from your private message group. He ratted the person out. And that person rolled on everybody else. It ain't that deep, dude. You're talking about a couple of plebs in Kentucky that think they're hot shit because they know a celebrity. That's it. They think they are above everybody. The Rusty Truck Photo Channel thinks that he is famous. He thinks that he is entitled. He thinks that he has a right to do whatever he wants to people because his son is friends with Ryan Upchurch. It's that pathetic. But outside of that, it's nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's just a big nothing burger. It ain't newsworthy, that's for sure. Now, I wish somebody had the patience to put together a documentary showing everything they did and still do to the Rodney family. Maybe once the suit's over, somebody will be energized enough to want to do that, because it would be an interesting watch, because it was the end of Ryan Upchurch's rise to fame. It's over. He's never going to be bigger than he ever. That's all gone now. I mean, will he still make a little money? Will some people still maybe show up to some concerts? Maybe, yeah, I suppose. But he's never going to grow. He's never going to get any bigger. He's never going to get any more known. He's going to get less and less views right now. And I know right now all these blind loyalists are just sitting there grinding their teeth. But let me tell you the truth. Here's the truth. Heavy duty country now gets double the views that Ryan gets on every video. Every video. Heavy duty country post a video today. Ryan post a video today. Heavy duty country will get twice the views that Ryan will get. It is what it is. And it is 80% the rusty truck photo and his people's fault. 80%. 80% their fault. 20% Ryan's fault. For showing, you guys got to remember, his whole stick was humble country kid from the sticks. Truth is, big mean bully from the city that would even tell people he's going to piss on his own mom's grave. And then Creek Squad, these people that were supposed to be this like big family that would give you the shirt off your back, showed their ass. But that's not who they are. They're the meanest, filthiest, nastiest, heartless, most gutless people to come together for the same cause the internet's ever saw. I mean, they are awful human beings. Just terrible. The shit they do to people is over the top. And the fact that they enjoy it and laugh about it and think it's funny and have carried it on for 2 years now has destroyed Ryan's algorithm. Just to hell and back. And they won't admit it. And the funny thing is, I warned them all. I told them, everyone, hey, guys, man, you guys are really hurting his algorithm. Man, I did a search the other day. Man, he was like way down the list. The only thing that came up was all this drama shit. And it's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And they still don't learn. Right now, Mike 12 Point's probably doing a live. He usually does a live this time. I haven't watched him in a long time, but I know he does a live like on Sunday nights usually. Okay, so he's probably destroying Ryan's algorithm right now. Just fucking destroying it. Same thing. Rusty truck photo crashed Ryan's algorithm. Just fucking burned it down to pieces. Your Wade Devers, your Eyes McShepherds, all these people. If I go in my mentions, there's like 30 people mentions every day, and it's at me, at Upchurch, at pound sign Upchurch, pound sign Creek Squad, pound, they're all trying to ride a monkey's back on it, and it's killed his algorithm. Ain't my fault. I would have apologized if it was me and begged for forgiveness, but that's just me. I wouldn't have wanted to destroy a legacy and a career over it just to keep from saying I was wrong. I wouldn't have done that. Is it true that Karma took care of the free truck that he got rewarded with for slandering me? Because I heard Karma took care of it. I heard Karma grabbed the wheel and straightened the body up on it. Of course, you do hear things, Is that true? Well, I wouldn't doubt it when you're talking about drug addicts. Let me tell you something about 12 Point, okay? He's got racist tattoos on his neck that he hides. That's why he's always wearing a turtleneck or a scarf. He's like, yeah, he used to be a skinhead. He's a real piece of turd work. And now he's still trying to ride Ryan's coattail to be somebody. Jesus. See what I mean? There ain't a single one of them that are even, Jesus. Unreal. Adam Cal. Let me tell you something. I can tell you, I'm no fan of Adam's music. I'm not into like the whole rap game thing. It ain't for me. It really ain't. I like the rap, like some of the stuff Upchurch does, where it's like rap with traditional country guitar and a traditional chorus. I like that, like Outlaw, perfect. That's the kind of rap song I would like. Okay, if it's just straight up rap, I'm not into it. Not just Adam's, but anybody's. Okay, but I always liked Adam's political take and like his takes on, things that are going on in society. We had a lot in common that way. And so for that reason, I always watched his vlogs. I can tell you, I've never sat and listened to any one of Adam's like CDs or something. Never. But I've watched all his videos that he makes. And I've watched like all these interviews I've seen him do. You don't spend 2 years giving someone praise, even when you don't have to, even when the topic is about you, you still take the time to praise someone else. Your appreciation for them is goddamn genuine. Period. It's human behavior is predictable. If he had a vindictive bone in his body, when he's getting interviewed by a large podcast, and he's talking about his career, and he says, "Well, I really wasn't doing anything with my life, and Ryan Upchurch came along and really gave me the nudge, and he was so talented, I couldn't believe how good he sounded, and man, I did a video with him, and it really blew up, and here I am today." He has always said that. Many, 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 many times on multiple different platforms, multiple different interviews. And to see that Captain Kurt made up a lie about diss tracks that never existed just so he could drive a wedge in that friendship is sick. It's fucking sick. And when you got people like 12 Point, I can promise you that dude gets a little dope in him, a few beers in him. He's got no filter. He's allowed to do just about anything. So it's hard to tell what he got kicked off the bus for. I'm sure he deserved it. Probably doing something stupid. Yeah, the thing. Okay, the thing where, privacy protection. YouTube won't do a goddamn thing. Like these people that like had legal documents that have my wife's name on it, my name on it, my address, my fucking birth date, and all this shit. They don't care. They don't take that shit down. I don't give a fuck. I mean, just unbelievable, like the shit they tolerate. And yet, if you say something about an alphabet person, boom, your ass gone, So I don't know. Hopefully they fix it. Who knows? There's been a lot of people. And see, let me tell you something else that the Rusty Truck photograph did. Mr. I never did anything. You guys, everybody that would come on my podcast and sat with me and talk, you guys tore in on them. You tormented them. You tried to dox them. You stalked them. You intimidated them. That you absolutely did do that. Hawkeye's one. He never did anything to any of you fuckheads. He never mentioned Ryan. He didn't even know who Ryan was. And what did you guys do to him? Perfect example. You're bullies. You're just bullies. And you get off on it. That's the sad part. Adult men sitting around making prank calls like a group of Girl Scouts at a sleepover. I mean, I grew out of doing prank calls when I was in tween age. And then putting out people's real names. Like I said, karma's real, man. It'll take your ass down for that shit. You know, poor Uncle Will. Only thing I've ever done is respond to that son of a bitch. I don't watch his channel. Don't give a shit what he does. Don't want to know what he does. I know his entire ass licking of Upchurch is for money. He wouldn't sit and listen to a rap song if you tied him down and forced him to. It's all about because Ryan might give him something and you guys all treat him like a rock star. That's the whole reason. I know, it's funny how they absolutely labeled themselves like the Creek Squad gatekeepers, yet they're the ones that turn Creek Squad into a joke. Creek Squad is now the laughing stock of YouTube. It's the worst fan base of any artist on YouTube. Like you take the Hangover Gang, they're all pretty good people. I don't see them being mean to anyone. I don't see them making videos, tearing people down. I don't see them doing that. I don't see any of Adam Calhoun's fan base doing that to people. I don't see any of Struggle Jennings' fan base doing that to people. I don't see any of Jelly Roll's fan base doing that to people. And do you guys want to know why they don't? Because Jelly Roll and Struggle and Adam Calhoun, and they've never encouraged their fans to do that. Ryan kept throwing these guys Easter eggs, making them believe he was going to do something for them. And they believe it. They still do. Every video Wade Deaver made coming at me before I ever knew who he was in hopes that Ryan would attaboy him. Same thing with Eismick. Same thing with Rusty Truck. Same thing with Mike 12 Point. And it's the reason why they do everything they do to Johnny Goble too. Period. That's the entire driving force behind it. So they are the worst fan base on YouTube. They're terrible people. They're horrible people. Horrible human beings. No, I have never heard Adam say anything bad about anyone on his channel ever. One time he made a video about some dude that was talking about his kid or something. Like 2 years ago, he made a video saying, "Hey dude, knock it off. Don't be talking about my kid like that." That's it. Boy, we can't say the same for Crack Squad and crew. Anybody, if you made a video tomorrow saying anything negative about Ryan Upchurch, the same 8 people would attack you, and I can name them. And they're supposed to be the Creek Squad gatekeepers. Just think if you guys would have listened to me, apologized like you should have, stopped being nasty to people like you should have, Ryan would probably be on the upswing right now. But because of you people, he will never, ever grace the stage at the Grand Ole Opry. He will never, ever be interviewed by a big radio station. He will never, ever, ever appear on any big podcast. Ever. If he released a new record tomorrow, The only people that will know he released a record are the people that watch his videos, and those numbers are dwindling fast. Don't believe me? Go look at his views. And all Crack Squad will do is turn around and refer to some song that's been out for 4 years, talking about how many views it has. He used to post a vlog, just a vlog, and get 300,000 views before Crack Squad decided that they were the gatekeepers and started being nasty to people. And then inserting himself in a national news story involving a missing girl and concocting a Scooby-Doo level episode and then encouraging his Crack Squad to do it too. That was it. Demise. Straight downhill. Just as predicted. Oh, AD, yeah. There's no way. I'm sorry. Say what you want. I've been married 3 times. I married my high school sweetheart. She had a brain aneurysm. She really struggled. She had issues with addiction after that. She ended up in a nursing home and didn't even remember being married to me at times. Second one, wouldn't have married her if she hadn't got pregnant. Was ready to leave her when she got pregnant. Did not know she was a raging alcoholic. She hid that. You can hide that. I would have never dreamed. Raging alcoholic, somebody that would drink beer on the way to work, stop and drink beer on the way home from work every single day. Hadn't heard from her in 20 years. And the first time I hear from her, she's just as sloppy drunk as she was the day I decided to leave there. Sad. So call that what you want, but I've had a lot of experience with relationships. My wife I'm married to now, I've been with her for 21 years. We've never even had an argument of any kind. And I can tell you, no healthy marriage would be an AD marriage. No way. She's got other interests. Or she'd be kicking that door in saying, get the fuck off of that computer and get out here and spend some time with me and the kids. But she don't want him spending time with her and the kids. She wants him in there talking to the internet, contradicting himself every 10 minutes. Calling people liars over stuff he doesn't know a damn thing about. Doesn't know a damn thing about. The video's coming where I'm going to play his voiceover saying I'm a liar about having a CUDA. I'm going to take it down the road here shortly. Here real fucking soon. Just about got it drivable. It's far from being ready to be painted. I got a lot more stuff to do, but it starts, it idles. It's got a fuel injected 5.7 liter Hemi out of a truck in it with a Holley Dominator computer. And I'm pretty sure it'll melt the tires. So I'm going to make him eat some words. Just fucking eat them. You know, this idea that I had to prove everything to a bunch of idiots on the internet. I would never play that game. I purposely have kept the camera out the other side of the garage because of that. Because of people like him and the rusty truck photo that's jealous of me. If he wasn't jealous of me, he wouldn't dissect everything I own. You only dissect everything someone owns is because you're jealous of it. In other words, you say, oh, that's a nice shop, and move on. You say, oh, that's a nice truck, and move on. You wouldn't spend hours dogging on it. You wouldn't go to their shop's YouTube channel and take a video where I'm just documenting putting a car back together because I got some idiot mad at me because I can't wave a magic wand and make some parts appear during COVID. Couldn't get parts during COVID. and threatening to sue me because I couldn't get parts. Well, good. I'll put your car back together and you can come and get it. Nothing I can do about it. Take that video and stand there, him and his son both, his angel kid, adult child that he still has to babysit, stand there talking about, I'm being sued for shoddy work, talking like they know more about what went on with that vehicle than I do. Just idiots. Like somebody that spent their whole life as a mechanic with clearly a massive set of tools wouldn't know how to put a lifter in an LS motor, for fuck's sakes. And then talking about what I should have done to the car with whose money? Who was going to pay for all that? Because the customer wasn't paying for it. I ain't fucking paying for it. Ain't my engine. So who's going to pay for all these parts you guys think I should have put on it? Idiots. There's no real person that's a picture of a rusty truck. It's got no likeness attached to it. So you run off and try to claim it's similar. You using my real name, my address, pictures of my house, court documents with my name on them, my wife's name on them, my kid's name on them, and me saying rusty truck. Who the fuck? What's a rusty truck? Idiot. Oh, my anonymous faceless account. He said something about it. Oh. Yeah. 12 Point was on Great White, what is that? Soft White Underbelly interview. But because he's such a sissy and is afraid of who he is and ashamed of who he is, it's only on the members only. So you got to buy a membership and then you can see that piece of shit. And I mean piece of shit. Skinhead. Ex-skinhead. I don't know. I'd say once a skinhead, always a skinhead. Real upstanding dude, that one. Just a heck of a guy. An anonymous account called Mike 12 Point. Was that a deer we're talking about? Yeah, and what was, how'd you like it? So I'll call the prosecutor and tell him you said you'd see me in court, by God. I'll call him. You're still getting subpoenaed. Truth's still going to be told. If you weren't trying to prove something to your audience, none of us would be here right now. That's the sad part. None of us. Nobody be going to court. Nobody be getting sued. If you took my advice, said, gee, we're sorry for doing this horrible shit to all these people. I'm sorry I said your child wasn't real. I'm sorry I said you were thieves and you were scamming GoFundMe. I'm sorry I said you were tied in with the Laundry family. All right, guys, I'm going to hit the sack. Appreciate you tuning in. And I may ask a few more of you guys for some certified eyewitness accounts. I think I got it plenty, though. I'll see what my attorney says. Catch you guys later. Appreciate your support. Have a good one.